listen, first and foremost, if nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, chosen ones, you already know. I do have to give you that brief disclaimer, all right? I only thank you, baby. I only want you to take what resonates and I want you to leave the rest behind, all right? I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else, all right? So be patient with your process. Also, chosen ones, you already know. My voice is too raspy to be whispering, all right? So this about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume. Now, before we get started, chosen ones, I want to thank you so much in advance for all your love, like, share, subscribes, gives, kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. I appreciate you because I don't always get the pause in the middle of my message to relay those things to you. But when I post this on YouTube, I got you, all right? Now, chosen ones, the message for today, we're going to jump right into it, right? Now, I do want to say it's going to be a quick message, but it's something that God is having me relate to you. Now, chosen ones, I say this, and excuse me if I look over to the side, and I apologize in advance, but I got to focus on what God's having me relate, so I got to give all my attention to him, all right? Now, I say this, chosen ones, because there's some of you that are not realizing what's going on around you right now. And I'm going to say that, chosen ones, because there's some of you that were individuals, before they even encountered you, they seen a certain location that they wanted to get to. Before they even encountered you, they was praying for God to come across somebody like you. Now, I say that, chosen ones, because some of them were praying for certain finances to come through. Some of them were praying for certain love to come through. Some of them never received reciprocation from the individuals in the past that they was given to, right? So prior to meeting you, they were in certain circumstances, right? So whether or not they had a good career, but they ain't have nobody around them that truly liked them, whether they had certain people around them that was using them for what they had, they may have had people take advantage of them, certain people who told them what they should and should not do, so on and so forth, correct? See, I say this, chosen ones, because these are the things that they were encountering before they encountered you, right? So again, this is almost equal to your mother who was looking for love prior to her giving birth to you. She gave birth to love, but she still chose to chase another individual, so on and so forth, right? Now, I say this, chosen ones, because right now, again, you've encountered certain individuals that did not see that you were the opportunity that got presented. See, I say this, chosen ones, because there's certain individuals that you was connected to that were looking over you, right? They were focused on another individual. So I want you to think about this. Prior to meeting you, they were looking to a destination, right? So this is, again, they may have wanted love. That was the destination that they wanted to go to. They may have wanted to go to this next part of their career. That's the destination that they wanted to go to. Whether or not they just wanted to have nice friends or peers, that's the destination that they wanted to go to. Now, I say this because they had their eyes on a certain prize prior to them linking eyes with you, right? But when they encountered you, they looked at you and they tend to look over you, right? They didn't see you as what they were, or they didn't see you as somebody that was a necessary key. Hear me out, chosen ones, because I said that's what they thought that they had seen. They didn't know those things, right? See, when they encountered you, chosen ones, they didn't realize that God was gracing them with the opportunity to get presented to them everything that they needed, because all the tools was within you. Now, hear me out. See, it's almost like that comparison to that movie Castaway, right, with Tom Hanks. Now, I don't rock with him because you already know he nasty. We just gonna say this, allegedly, with the little children trafficking in Hollywood, all of that. But we just gonna say this, chosen ones, Tom Hanks, right? So you know that movie Castaway, and if you don't, I'll just give you like the little breakdown, right? So in the movie Castaway, Tom Hanks, right, he played like this FedEx mogul, whatever the case may be. He was somebody that was focused on his career and getting certain finances in. So he held a nice title, right? So prior to this, he had his own little setup. Then all of a sudden, a situation occurred. See, he had this little accident with the plane. He ended up on the island by himself. Everybody else in the airplane was taken out, right? Now, hear me out, chosen ones. This is somebody that, again, was like a blue-collar type of individual that was stranded. He was on the island, right? See, he ain't even realized at that time all the keys around him Was already, all the keys or tools that he was seeking for was around him. Now, hear me out, right? See, chosen ones, you don't realize this, but some of the most tragic or biggest situations that happen that cause certain sadness to you was the cause of God. Well, God aligned it in order to put you in a position that he has for you. See, prior to certain situations happening, you could have been all focused about finances. You wasn't focused about love. You wasn't focused about what really made you happy. You just had your mind set on one thing. See, there's some of you chosen ones that, again, were focused on only getting one thing and didn't realize that you could balance everything, that you could have love and prosperity, that you can be happy, you can be healthy, so on and so forth, right? So you were focused on a certain thing in your life prior to this situation happen. So that could have been you getting cheated on. That could have been you getting beated on. Not saying that God was like, let that happen, but that was the straw that broke the camel's back, right? That camel's back, that was the straw that made you keep going and never look back, right? There were certain events that God, prior to that happening, God been giving you certain signs and synchronicities to walk away from that situation, walk away from that person, so on and so forth. So this could be your partner. God told you that that person wasn't for you. Energetically, you felt a certain type of way around this individual. They triggered you. They made you feel less of you. They always did certain things towards, whatever the case may be. This could have been a job position. Every time that you worked hard, but they never gave you that promotion that they promised. They never paid you like you understand your worth. Okay, chosen ones, that could have been certain friends that you had, that you was a good friend to them, but the whole time they was looking at you as competition. There's certain friends that were projecting energy on you, speaking spells on you, because you were getting certain things that they wanted, right? And they knew that they wasn't going to. So what did they do? Try to stop you from going to where you going to, because they knew they couldn't go with you, right? So that's equivalent to somebody who's going to tell you to flunk that test, or you not to try as hard, because they know that they already failed in a sense. They didn't study. They didn't prepare for that position. Now hear me out. See, chosen ones, I say this because, again, God's going to have certain things happen in your life that you get to make your choice prior to that even happening. So God's telling you intuitively that that person was going to cheat on you, that that person wasn't for you, but you chose not to walk away from that individual. So God had something happen that you were either forced to, and sometimes even when y'all went through certain things, you still chose to hold on to that individual. So God had that person walk away from you. You understand? So certain things happen, chosen ones, but just know that you had the first option, that God's like, you get to make your move first. What do you want to do? But a lot of you sit there and like fall back, or don't believe in yourself, or you allow somebody else to have access over your life and you let them make that decision for you. So y'all stay together until they walk away from you, or you keep going through this until they turn on you, or you sit there, y'all keep physically fighting, but you never call the police on them, but then all of a sudden they call the police on you. You should have been out of that toxic ass situation. So you can't sit there, again, chosen ones. You can't say, why is God having you go through certain things, or why is that happening to you, when you've been getting the signs and synchronicities that you shouldn't have went on and made that move, that this person wasn't for you. And you keep saying, God, give me a sign. You found out that they cheated on you. God, give me a sign. They acting different with you. God, give me a sign. He like, how many signs you want to see? You're not even paying attention. You understand? Like, he done showed you. So again, chosen one, sometimes people walk away from you because God sees that you never would have did it. So he had to have them do that to you. But hear me out. Now, I compare that to this Castaway movie, right? Because he had signs that he shouldn't have went on that ride. One, he was too focused on his career. He wasn't focused on the people that he loved. He was too focused on getting money, and he wasn't focused on his family or his lover. He wasn't focused on as far as his happiness. He just wanted to provide for them. He just wanted this title, so on and so forth. So prior to that situation, that plane crash, he sat there and again was focused on the wrong things. He may have felt like he was headed in the right direction, but he wasn't paying attention to the signs. So all of a sudden, chosen ones, prior to going on that trip, he seen that it was storming outside. So again, if you was using your intuition, you would be like, nah, it's not safe. I'm not going to trust that. I'm going to sit here and stay until the storm clears up. There's some of you chosen ones. Again, you sat there and wasn't paying attention to the signs and synchronicities. You seen the storm occurring in that relationship. You seen the storm occurring in that vicinity. You seen the storm occurring with those people that you were surrounding yourself with. You seen that they start going through things karmically. You start seeing that when you call judgment and say, God, anybody who's working against you, that again, that gets presented to you, you started to see people around you start to lose, because these people were going against you the whole time and you ain't know it, right? But hear me out, chosen ones. I say this because, again, there's certain storms that you experiencing, or certain storms, or little bolts of lightning. That's those little pop-up situations that happen. That's that little things that could be an inconvenience at times, right? That sign that maybe you need to keep your ass where you at and stay inside. That means isolate. I don't mean stay inside with that person. I mean you need to isolate yourself, that you need to really sit there and pay attention to everything that's around. But hear me out. He ain't listen. He ain't pay attention when it was storming. He still took that trip, correct? Okay, cool. So when he sat there and got on that plane, all of a sudden he crashed and he lost his whole crew. See, he was the only person who survived. There's some of you chosen ones where you seen certain people around you go down. There's certain people around you that passed away. There's certain people around you that was losing. There's certain people, there's some of you that was losing to certain things, right? See, that was that crash out. God's going to have everything come to an end just so that your new beginning could arrive, right? So prior to this, again, he was focused about his career. Then he crashed. Everybody else passed away, but he survived, right? See, he was on that island, chosen ones. See, the whole time he was losing his mind a little bit. All of a sudden he found a friend or created it. See, chosen ones. We're going to say Wilson is God in this scenario, right? Because when you're by yourself, God is all you got with you. So God is who you go to. You're not talking to yourself, you talking to God, right? You can hear God respond. See, you need to know God's voice though, chosen ones, because there's some of you think about when somebody calls you and you can't pick up on their voice. You may feel like that's God telling you to do certain things. The whole time it's the enemy, it's the opposition. So pay attention, okay? So I say this because God was like Wilson. If you don't know the movie Castaway, he again crashed on an airplane. He was on an island. He sat there and made a friend out of a volleyball named Wilson, right? Or whatever type of ball named Wilson. So it was like his bloody handprint. He talked to it just to keep himself from hallucinating and all of that, right? So God was grounding you. When you felt like you was by yourself, God was the one that was responding to you, your spiritual team too. These are ancestors that passed away. So you got to realize that when people hear ancestors, they automatically think demonic. Like, no, I'm talking about your guardian angels. That's your ancestors. You understand? You come from longevity of, or a long list of certain divine individuals, right? People that you read about in your scriptures. See, some of you are those individuals, but that's another story. So hear me out, right? So God was keeping you sane in certain things that you thought that you was crazy. You was by yourself. You couldn't go through what you was going through with nobody around you. God isolated you from everybody that was around you. So your friends and you fell out. You and that job didn't work out. You and that partner didn't work out. Whatever the case may be, that move that you wanted to make, that place you wanted to stay, that car that you wanted to drive, whatever the case may be, it didn't work out, right? That was that crash where everything felt like it was coming to an end. You was by yourself. You was the only one experiencing it, so you thought, right? Because you were the only one present physically at that time, correct? So again, you sat there and went to God. You trusted your faith. You went within, right? So that's again equivalent to him creating that Wilson. This will make sense if you watch the movie or watch a little blueprint of it, okay? So stay with me. Now, I say this, chosen ones, because God kept you sane in the middle of certain storms that you was experiencing. There's times that you was scared. There's times that you was fearful because nobody else was there, but you sat there and went within. God was sitting there with you the whole time, so you ain't feel like you was by yourself that much in a sense, right? You still had God's presence. Now, hear me out. See, the movie Chosen Ones, it goes back and forth where he starts to make do with his surroundings. He ends up being on the island for like 4 years by himself, right? Nobody else around him. Then all of a sudden, the opportunity gets presented. He realizes everything around him, he has the ability to create a raft. He got sick of staying where he's at, so he was like, nah, I'm about to make another move for it, right? So he was cool for 4 years, and he was like, yo, I'm ready to take that risk. So there's some of you that you've been isolated in this season by yourself for a long time. You ain't been in a relationship for a long time. You ain't had no friends around you in a long time. You've been isolated in order to prepare you for that elevation, right? So God had to have you by yourself to work on you one-on-one so that you can be prepared for this position when it gets presented, okay? So hear me out. See, there's some of you that got fed up and finally start looking and realizing that you had the tools around you. See, I tell you that God already gives you what you need need within you, but he presents opportunities for you to see what tool to use. Okay, so I say that when God presents this opportunity, you got a tool that is love. So say that's like a screwdriver, like that's the hammer, whatever the case may be in comparison. So God gave you all the tools that you need. He presents an opportunity to you. Okay, look in your bag, almost like Dora in a sense. Look in your bag. What tool can you use in this situation at hand? Does this tool use you to use discernment? Does this tool use you to use your intuition? Does this tool require you to give love? Does this require you to use your tool to give it attention? Whatever the case may be, God will present certain opportunities to you and say what you're going to use, but you already got the tools within you. But hear me out, okay? Thank you so much, babies. Thank you, stars. So hear me out, right? So chosen ones, he sat there and looked around him and was like, yo, I've been out here moping, I've been out here wilding, I've been out here by myself, but now I'm starting to realize that everything around me can be used in order for me to get to where I need to go to. See, one of y'all don't realize that you was that raft. You were the materials in a sense. There's certain people that seen the location that they wanted to go to. They wanted the future of happiness. They wanted the future of success. They wanted the future of certain prosperity, certain favor, whatever the case may be, right? God sat there and gave those materials to you. Everything that they were seeking was within you, but they had to realize what they was looking at when they seen you, but they looked over you. See, some of the times that was God looking out for you, but hear me out. See, when they started to realize, or when you started to realize you had the tools, you put together that raft. See, that was that faith in a sense, right? That faith was that bind that kept it together, right? So you had to believe that that vision that God told you that you can get to where you want to go to, that future success where you're not struggling, you're not stretching certain finances, that where you know certain things are taken care of, the ones that you know that the people around you truly love you, so on and so forth. God's going to present that opportunity to you, and it's for you to know that it's there, right? So again, it's God gave you all the materials around you, but you're going to have to do action, chosen ones. There's some of you that want God to do all the work, but you the main one crying when so-and-so got you cooking and cleaning, taking care of the kids all by yourself, and they out there ain't doing shit. You out here, the main person that's complaining about having to do everything, and nobody ever does this. But when it comes to God, you want him to do everything just because he can? Absolutely not. Because then you got your face all cracked up, talking about it don't come too quick and all this other stuff. Do something then. Don't put it all on God. You're going to have action behind it. You could talk all day. You could see all day what that view is, but unless you get your ass up out of the bed, unless you get your ass up and move towards it, you're not going to get there. It's just going to be a figment of your imagination, right? So hear me out, chosen ones. You have to keep going. So that action of putting the pieces together that God's providing, so that's God showing you this person is for you. God showing you this is you. This is for whatever the case may be. All the tools is around you. So if you're a musician, make music. Write. Be creative, record it. You talking about you ain't got no studio time, but there's so many apps that you can be recording right now. You could be sitting there recording your video right now, getting certain videos together. You could be making music, writing music right now. So when the opportunity gets presented for you to have studio time, chosen ones, and that's all on you. See, God's giving you all the tools to work for yourself so that you don't got to depend on nobody else. Now, you can work with people, but you work at your own pace. But there's some of you that's lazy, that you want somebody else to do everything. Absolutely not. So again, he gave you the tools. So what you gonna do? Start building, right? Your confidence. You a musician, make music. If you're somebody who does art, do art. You may feel like nobody's purchasing your stuff now, but you don't even know your worth. Because one minute you feel like this, and one minute you give your stuff away for free. Now listen, if you get called to, that's your business, but you need to know your worth for certain things. There's always, God's going to align your true soul tribe crew, your true people for you, that's going to be willing to pay for the service or the product or whatever the case may be that you are gifted with. They're going to know that God's going to divinely align you with your tribe. So don't sit there and try to lower yourself down for somebody who don't understand that. You understand? So this person talking about what they wouldn't pay. Okay, well, so-and-so did. What they wouldn't do. Okay, well, somebody else is praying for the opportunity to get presented to them. So chosen ones, I want you to realize that. But when you have to realize that when you chosen, you could choose anything that you want to do. Some of y'all stay in one area. Like, oh, I don't know if I want to do music, but I like clothes, but do it all. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? You the soil in the sense that anything can grow in. So plant those seeds. What are you talking about? This is a controlled climate type of area, your energy. I told you, if you say I am, that activates everything around you. I am successful. I am happy. I'm surrounded by happiness. Just like you say, Alexa, do this, or Siri, do this. When you say I am and some powerful things behind it, it activates the energy around you. So it tells it what to bring towards you. God hears a lot of people calling out. So be specific with what you asking for. Don't just say what you negative things, what you don't want. Because if he hears that and he's tending to other people too, and he's just like, yo, so-and-so keeps asking for this, just hand them that real quick while I do that. Now your face all screwed up because you mad because you ain't get what you wanted. Well, you should have been specific there. Don't sit there and go to the food place and be talking about, oh, I don't want this on my burger. What do you want, motherfucker? What do you want? You talking about you don't want onions, you don't want pickles, you don't want this. What do you want? Okay, like if it's you want a plain, say that all top. So y'all sometimes are putting in requests and not realizing it. What you're speaking out, if you're focused just on the negative, that's all the universe, because God is the universe, but the universe is also from God. You understand? So it's the same altogether. It's a representation. So God has all this energy around you. What you activating? Oh, everybody just cheats on you, beats on you, and that's why they're calling and getting drawn to you. Absolutely. And that's why you can't get rights right now. That's why you got some chicken heads doing the chicken head in your lounge right now. Cut it out. You keep talking about what you don't want, and that's what's coming in. Say something positive. Go to the window and knowing what you want. If you don't know what you want to order, then stop asking for certain things. Stop praying and asking God to give you certain things if you don't even know what you want yet. Would you go to a food truck and say all these requests and then keep changing it up when they making your order made to order right there? Absolutely not. You're not holding the line up. You should have knew what you wanted. If you didn't know what you want yet, take a step to the side, regroup yourself. You understand? And let's try this again. There's some of you, that's why you keep out here sampling certain shit. You don't know what you want. You just walking around sampling. This day you want to do this day do. Cut it out. All right? Cut it out. Know what you want to order when you go up, and don't be mad because it's taking certain time. You done changed your mind 3 times. You could have called in advance. You should have been praying for this. Now all of a sudden the position's getting presented and you want to start tripping. You should have been working on this. Nobody told you not to eat all day. That's your fault. Nobody told you to sit there and again wait to the last minute to do this. That's your fault. There's other people that sat there and made that move prior to you, so God's attending to them. You're gonna have to be patient. You understand me? So chosen ones, pay attention to that. Now I say this again because he had all the tools. We back to the movie. He had all the tools. He made this raft, right? With everything around him. Chosen ones, what happened when he was in the middle of the ocean? He done lost the ball. So that's equivalent to sometimes God will grow silent. And you feel like you tripping. You feel like you lost everything. You sad, you depressed. Because when he lost that volleyball, he was sad and depressed up on that raft. He was in the middle of the ocean with some wood that he done tied up and it sent some leaves and shit, okay? So, chosen ones, when he lost that, he thought he was lost. See, that's some of y'all because God done went quiet. There's some of that where there's a little darkness around you guys. Like you already know where you're going to. I already told you. You already heading in that direction. So he got silent. He sat there and tended to other individuals. And you may feel like you lost. And he's like, hey, you seen that little beam of light? You seen where you go? Keep going. Keep going. You understand? If you need assistance, that's when he's going to step in. But if he's showing you all the signs to keep going and you moving in that direction, keep flowing, right? So hear me out. See, chosen ones, it comes down to, he sat there and again got on that raft in the middle of the ocean, lost his friend, so that he thought that was him feeling like he wasn't where he was supposed to be because he ain't hear certain things, and that was God, right? God sat there and grew quiet, and you was wondering what was happening because you was in the middle of your manifestation and it got quiet, right? He was like, nah, I don't gotta tend to you, and keep on going. If you mess up, I'm gonna sit there and guide you back. That's when I'm gonna present myself to you. But until I pop up, keep going, right? So he was on a raft. All of a sudden, what happened, chosen one? A big cargo ship went past. See, there's some of you that's going to miss out on your opportunity because you don't realize when the opportunity was getting presented to you. See, the opportunity was him using his tools to whip up what he needed to whip up to get to where he needed to go to. And he needed to just be at that place at that time for another opportunity bigger than him that was going to arrive and take him back to where he needed to be. See, chosen ones, there's some of you that you got to take that first leap of faith faith. That could be that position that you apply to and believing that you're going to get that call back if it's guided for you. That's the issue. You guys want God to give you everything that's in that vicinity. No, you say you want your true divine position, right? So why would he have this job that you are not going to like, that he knows it's not for you, sit there and give you that call back to bring you on the team? That would block you from where you're going to. So when God, if you're asking for a position, say, God, I asked you to present the position for me. If that job don't call back, that's not for you. You was real clear with the description, okay? So if you sit there and say, God, if the divine person's for me, I want to know. I want to see this person. They's going to say this. They're going to step up and play this position. I want it to be all checks off the list. If that person disappears, that's not the person then. If they start to act the ass and you start to see certain things not match that, then that's not for you, chosen ones. Take the hints. That's good thing. You taking it as a negative. No, that means that saves you from getting too embedded and indebted in that karmic shit before your true divine stuff arrives, and it could mess you up and throw you off in a sense. So be cautious, okay? The opportunity that's about to get presented, you're going to know. But chosen ones, I say this because, again, there's certain people that looked over you, didn't even realize that you was that opportunity to get them to that where they was going to. So you were all the pieces of that little raft that they created, in a sense. That was that all the prayers that they was asking, those were their manifestations wrapped up in it, which was you. So they prayed for love. That was like the string that he had. They prayed for prosperity. That was like the wood that they have. They prayed for a certain protection. That was like this shield that they had. Whatever the case may be, you were that first opportunity. You were the baton. You were the piece of the puzzle that they was missing to see what direction they supposed to be headed in. You heard me? So just know that. But also know that you are also somebody else's prayer too. So if this person don't step up when they need to, God's going to guide you in a different direction, and you still going to get an opportunity. I'm trying to tell you. You hear me? So don't feel like people let you or had you miss out on your opportunity of love because you was all tied into them. Don't have you feeling like you missed out because you spent 20 years with this person, and now you about to spend 20 years with your true divine person. So what is you talking about? 20 plus. You understand? This is going to be lifetimes and lineages to come. Once you finally clear out that cycle, you never have to go through them again. You hear me? So know that, chosen ones. You already broke that cycle, chosen ones. So now you get love. Now you get happiness. Now you get prosperity. Now you get abundance. And these people who looked over you, they get nothing. And they about to see people who did magic on you. They about to be experiencing certain things. See, I'm telling you, there's certain people that thought everything was cool. Nah, we not beefing with y'all, but we know that God's about to come through with that wrath based upon what you did. So, chosen ones, for some reason, they thought there's certain people that crossed you and did wrong, and they really thought that they got away. Absolutely not. God's on you. I'm not paying no attention to you. Ain't no calling this off because I already called judgment on you. I told God what you did, and he was like, oh, he gonna handle it, and I stayed out of it, so there's nothing I'm gonna say. I stayed in a child's place. God says stay out the way. That's what I'm gonna do. So anybody who stole your finances, oh, they getting held accountable. That frauding, they getting held accountable. For those who thought they got away with certain murder, because there's some people that was poisoning people, injecting them with certain things to make it look like they overdosed and they didn't. That was somebody else who put out a life insurance policy on them, also chosen one. So let me say this, because this is somebody's story. I gotta pay attention. So excuse me, I gotta look over here because this is somebody that needs to know this, right? If you had somebody, so there's a group of certain individuals that was gang stalking you. I do feel like you're aware who these individuals are, and it's people that could have been spread out. So you could have been attacked by the same demonic energies, but they could have been through different people, right? So this group of people was messing with you. There's people, it could have been feeling like chaos around you, right? Hear me out. There's people that was doing black magic on you. They was some witches and warlocks type shit, okay? God called judgment on them. They already got warning back in the day not to do no magic on you. They didn't listen. They kept doing it for many months, some of y'all many years now. Just know, chosen ones, all that magic is coming back to them. So pay attention to your feelings, because you could be feeling projections from them because they know that they're experiencing what they're experiencing from you. So they're thinking about you. There's some of them that tried to do death magic on you. Now they're going through terminal illnesses. There's certain people that try to do death magic on you. They about to be getting in bad car accidents, like passing away. People around them too. Again, there's somebody who if your people, and you know, like there was suspicions about their death, because it could have been like this person overdosed. Some of them try to poison y'all or drug y'all to make it seem like you died by accident, like make it seem like you was on some other shit. So they may have tried to put like fentanyl in your stuff, lace your stuff. If you was smoking and certain stuff smelled like tasted off or was off, that was that. If drinks off, food off, like your appetite changed, chosen ones. There's some of you didn't get called to eat around these people because they really had intentions on poisoning your food, but there's some of you that did get sick, like temporarily, but you overcame what it is that they did, right? So I want you to know there's certain people that really was trying to take you out of here. You may have like grew ill a little bit, like your body felt weak a little bit, but you got God within you, so he overrided anything that they intended to do towards you. You understand me? So know that. But there's certain people that did pass away, that's connected to these evil people, so they could have intentionally like took out their own people, like their grandparents, their uncles, so on and so. Like they could have poisoned people in order to sacrifice them. There's a lot of their friends that was dying too, based upon the black magic that they did. Now I do want to say, chosen ones, there's certain people that was trying to speak ill over your finances. And you may have been trying to give them power in a sense by saying like your finances blocked because of them. No, they ain't had nothing to do with it. God sat there and had your money limited because of who you was with. You was going to spend it on them, and God was like, no, they was to get nothing. He know what they said about you. Y'all had a lot of friends that was trying to be you, talk down about you. God is revealing that. I do want to say, when this opportunity is about to get presented, there's some of you that certain people chose not to choose you because they didn't feel like you was financially abundant. See, that's where they missed out, because they ain't realized that you had the wealth within you. God just wanted to see what they was going to do before your money got presented to you. So some of y'all don't realize you a billionaire for real. The bills is about to get presented. But God wants to see if people can really pick up on abundance or not. There's people that say they know the finer things. They can know this, the taste difference between that, but they don't know the difference in energy when they around a real divine individual and when they around a demon. See, you divine. You understand me? So, chosen ones, with that being said, just don't know that there's certain individuals that are going to be held accountable for things that they did. Just know that those same people that listen to their people to not talk to you because so-and-so ain't got enough money and so-and-so, whole time they don't even realize you about to have it come up. You about, a lot of you, I want you to realize, some of you are, let me say some of y'all are going to be like front center attention, like, TV, movies, like y'all gonna have certain awards that you win. Like y'all are gonna be at a place where that quote that says that they're gonna see how does it go? They're gonna see signs of you everywhere, but you're nowhere to be around them. Like y'all don't realize some of you are like hitting the lottery. Like you'll go to sleep broke as shit, like, you know what I'm saying, broken hearted a little bit, then all of a sudden you wake up and you got the bread. Like I'm telling you, your past decisions has now been ruled, like I'm trying to tell you. So you'll have finances coming through. That's why the past is trying to connect back to you, like go back down memory lane. Absolutely not. Which brings me to this last part, chosen ones. So in that movie, he got back, he got on the cargo trip, he sat there and got back to his old life. He realized the shorty that he was with moved on without him. Now she married and got a baby with somebody else. He realized everything that he was prioritizing before himself was nothing. Now he had to figure it out, right? So there's some of you that these people could have had all the money in the world, but they ain't had people around them that loved them. They ain't really have faith within them. They ain't really have confidence about them, whatever the case may be. You were that. But they chose not to pursue you. Now they going back to nothing. Now they got to still find themselves. You skipped all of that, going to run around and all. You just went to straight finding yourself, healing yourself, listening to God guide you. So you got to skip a lot of the things that they about to be going through. You understand me? Now you sat there and was patient. You allowed everybody else to go first. And now it's your opportunity, chosen one. So happiness is arriving. I'm telling you, y'all's finances is about to come up overnight. So if there's a feminine that's connected to a divine, a masculine that you was interested in, where it's like a mother, so on and so forth, that's like, nah, don't date that person because they don't got finances, right? Whole time shorty may forget that she wasn't born into money, that she got money through him. Or she may not realize that you understand that, whatever the case may be. But chosen one, there's certain people that wouldn't choose you because they don't feel like you financially have abundance for them, right? for certain people, not even realizing that your opportunity is about to get presented based upon the work that you put in. So now it's almost like you would be doing them a privilege to be entertaining them. So watch out, chosen one. I'm telling you right now, like, there's some of you that certain people that was talking about you, now all of a sudden they gonna have to eat their words. So they said you ain't have finances, now all of a sudden God done upped your worth. God done sat there and had that wealth within be shown on the outside too. So a lot of you have increased some finances. I'm talking about big money, all right? So pay attention, that chosen ones, okay? Y'all have a lot of finances that's coming through. That's why God's having these people removed. See, let me say this last part. There's certain people that will say, oh, well, because you got money, you changed. Baby, I'm gonna tell your ass now. Oh, you cut me off once you start bullet. I'm telling your ass now. You cut off now, motherfuckers. Y'all cut them off now, all right? They talking about, oh, you just want to cut you off because of this. No, actually, surprise. Or them females or masculines that say, oh, you just gonna leave me when you come up. Actually, you right and you wrong, because yes, you're going to get left, but you're going to get left before that money even comes. Absolutely not. You're not going to allow these people to be stagnant and contaminate your blessings coming in. So a lot of them chosen ones talking about you're going to leave them when you come up. We're leaving you now, motherfucker. You're left. You've been in the wind. That's why a lot of us chosen ones, we've been single for various years and people thought something was wrong with us. Absolutely not. We're just not settling for everything. We waiting for the right one. We not settling for nothing. We cool dolo. See, the difference between us chosen ones and them, there's certain people that's dependent on people. We just like people to partner with. Like, we gonna move and do what we are guided to do regardless. So them trips we gonna take, that position we gonna be in, that abundance we gonna receive, that love we gonna be surrounded in it. But we just offering somebody, extending ourselves to somebody. See if you want to enjoy this too. I got benefits that's coming. Do you want to sit there and enjoy them too? I was selecting you. You ain't got to go though. Because we still going to keep moving. And we going to run into whoever is like us in the locations that we going to that we like. You understand? So chosen ones, just know that. Don't be begging people to go with you. Don't be begging people to choose you. Don't beg people to let them know the worth and wealth within you. Absolutely not. I want you to feel what you feel. I want you to feel like whatever it is that you want, because I know that you're going to be shot. Your feelings is going to be hurt. You understand? We're going to get to where we're going to regardless. We're going to get what we're supposed to get, even if we don't get it with you. That's what they got to realize. It's a benefit. Now, don't get me wrong. A partnership would be beautiful, but we not partnering with just anything. Absolutely not. Nope. Just to say we want to absolutely not. So we gonna get what we gonna get regardless if they come or not. You understand me, chosen one? So don't beg these nobody ass people who gonna put you at risk when you get to the position that you about to be in. God's isolating you for a reason. They would sit there and talk about how you changed when the money came. Nope, baby, I changed way before that arrived. You understand me? You was cut out a long time ago. There's certain people, chosen ones, that they can't even say nothing about you because you ain't even been in contact with these individuals for years. So y'all are gonna have certain past people that pop up talking about so-and-so's like this, so-and-so's like that, and it's like, shorty, get over it. You're still pressed. You haven't talked to these people in years, chosen ones. I'm talking about people that no interaction, no contact, and they're going to be the ones that's popping out the maddest about, because they've been watching you. So if you felt like they stopped, absolutely not. They still been watching you, still getting influenced by you, still lurking, still mad. They didn't got what they wanted and they still mad. How you mad because we gave you what you wanted? You said that you did death magic and you wanted somebody to die. Okay, God's allowing that to happen to you. You put that energy out. How you mad because you said that you wanted so-and-so and we were like, okay, cool. God said that wasn't our divine person, so we let those individuals go and you got them. Now you mad because you stuck with them. That's not art. You got your wish. You understand? People don't realize that we get placed in certain positions to help people out in certain situations. We get guided to show them the way. So some of you may have felt like people that you came in contact with were your divine people and were here to stay. But no, God's going to co-sign your true divine person. But if they don't step up and play that position, God's going to say, okay, they getting exited and somebody else is about to enter. So that's just that. Thank you so much for chosen ones. I got to get up off here because I do have a few coaching sessions to do. Thank you so much. The link's in my bio. I did adjust certain times. My calendar was out because I wanted to revise a few things because I already told y'all it's just about to be the school year. You understand? So I don't play by my babies. I like to have designated times, everything aligned. So that's what I did. The calendar's just now available. Links in my bio. I love you. I'm going to post this on YouTube. Thank you so much, babies. I appreciate you. But I love y'all chosen ones again. Do not sit there and wait on somebody else to see the position. Be patient now, because the guy said it's your divine person. Like, okay, they got to make certain moves to build for you. But those can't get right ass individuals, cut them out now. You understand? I love you so much, chosen ones. Y'all continue to be great. If you need me, you know how to reach me, okay? Be great.